This is Cindy Blankenship on Solid Rock Radio. Welcome to Backstage with Mothership, and my guest today is J.R. Bareis from Love and Death and Spoken. Hey, J.R.
Hey.
What have you been up to?
Oh, just living life at home, doing recording and all that good stuff. So.
Yeah. And you just did a festival, didn't you?
Yeah, we just played Kingdom Come Festival in Indiana last week. So
how did that feel?
It was great. It felt so good to play again. It was nice. Recording's cool, but it doesn't replace playing shows, So.
Well, we all miss it quite a bit. I was kind of jelly, but I did get to see a live stream, so I did get to see you play.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So tell me how it came about that you are playing with Spoken.
Well, I guess I'll go back to, I'd say 2011, I guess, is when I first met Matt and Spoken at the time. They did a tour with us. It was still like Brian Head Welch. It wasn't Love and Death yet, but they were on a tour with us, and that's how I kind of got to meet those guys and stuff, and kept in touch a little bit. And then in 2014, I ended up filling in for them for a tour, and it was awesome. And then yeah, in 2017, I had left Islander in like the spring and took a little break, and Matt had hit me up, and he was like, hey, anytime you'd like to come out and maybe think about touring again or something, let me know, and there was a tour in like the fall, I think it was like October of that year, and I was like, hey, I'll do this tour with you guys if that's cool. So yeah, did that, and then since then just kept filling in for stuff. And around like the spring of 2018, we did City Rock Fest, and that's when, he would kind of joke around like, bro, you should just be in the band, and, like stuff like that. And I'd be like, oh, I got to pray about it, and
that means no.
But yeah, and then over time, I mean, Matt's just such a great dude. Like,
he is.
Love him to death, and one of the best dudes to be on tour with. And we gel together, we get along, being on tour together and stuff. And I think we're like-minded with the kind of music we want to do, and the stuff we write together has been pretty cool. So it just seemed like a really good thing to be a part of. And so I finally told him. I remember he thinks it's the funniest thing. It was March, I believe, of last year, and I was getting my wisdom teeth taken out. And it was literally like, I think the day I got my wisdom teeth taken out, it was like later that night. And I remember I just like, I can't remember if I called him or texted him, but I was like, dude, I'll be in the band. And he's like, you're crazy. He's like, you're high right now, for getting your teeth taken out. I was like,
don't make decisions when you're under the influence of.
Yeah. He's like, call me back tomorrow. And I was like, I swear I want to do it. And then yeah, I talked to him the next day, and I was like, hey, I was serious. I may have been under the influence from getting my teeth taken out, but I was serious. Like, I really wanted to do it. So, yeah. And then since then, I've been a part of it. So.
I was kind of wondering how the fact that you toured with Brian Head Welch for so many years, and he actually at one point was your guardian when you were 15 on the tours. And I was just wondering, how is it? Do you think that dynamic that you have with an older, more seasoned veteran kind of plays also in with Matt Baird, because he's been out there a lot longer than you've been around?
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, I've learned so much from Brian, and, being on tour with him and even riding together, and the same with Matt. Like, Matt is so full of wisdom from everything he's done over the years, and some of the craziest tour stories. I love to just sit in the front seat, and we're driving like 12-hour drive, and he'll just tell me stories, and I just love it. But yeah, I don't know. We just gel, I think age isn't really much of a thing to me, you know. It's more of like what kind of person you are, and if we gel or not, you know. And I think Matt and I do, and for some reason I just get along with older people, you know. It's like
me.
yeah, you know, I like to meet people my age. Not everyone, but a lot of people, you know, are just, I don't know, don't have the same mindset on things. And
well, I can attest that you were pretty mature, pretty young. You know, I met you at 15. So, and I was just, we were talking right before we started this, and I remember you would just get interviewed for Love and Death, and I remember thinking, gosh, he can interview well for such a young guy, you know.
I tried, yeah. I mean, you know, it's just kind of like, I was just kind of thrown into it, you know, so it was almost like, okay, I got to do this, you know. I was like, didn't really have time to prepare. It was just more like, all right, this is it, you know, this is what I'm doing now. So.
Well, now that I'm thinking of it, it was kind of a role reversal, because Brian was always goofy and joking around, and you were like the serious one. You were like,
I think I would just be nervous, you know, like I didn't want to be like an idiot in front of people, you know, or like embarrass Brian either, you know. So part of me was like, all right, I gotta chill. But then he was the one just like,
goofball.
You know, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk about some of the new music that you guys have put out. You actually shocked me with the Fallen and Nightmare. And yeah. Fallen, I feel that Love and Death vibe on the guitar there.
Yeah.
And the Nightmare really surprised me. Just nice, slow, easy, with that beautiful harmonies. If people don't know it, that you sing a lot of the harmonies and a lot of the melodies on both Love and Death and on Spoken. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. As far as new music, you know, the first song we put out, The Way Back Home. Yeah, I mean, again, like as far as writing with Matt, you know, like Matt has just been super open with letting me do my thing. You know, it was not like this thing where like it has to sound like the way Spoken has always sounded or whatever, you know. And I think Spoken's sound has evolved a lot over the years too, obviously. If you look from like the beginning where they started to now, it's definitely, I think it's just gotten heavier and heavier, you know.
That's okay by me.
Yeah. And yeah, so he was like, you know what, just like do your thing, you know. So I've just been here in my little studio at home, and I've just been writing all these songs, you know, and all the music and everything. And, you know, I'll write the songs and I'll send them to Matt, and he'll, you know, write lyrics and do his thing on it, you know. And so it's been really cool to just be able to have that freedom of not like having to stick to like a formula per se, like just we get to do what we want to do, you know, and what we like. So that's been really fun. And I know a lot of people have been saying, like, I've seen some comments, people are like, it sounds like he took whatever they didn't use for Love and Death and just used it for this, which is cool. I mean, that's cool, you know. At least
you just have heavy riffs no matter what you do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a compliment to me, you know, because I guess there is like a kind of sound that I have that I carry with me, you know. So if I can carry that into something else, and people could be like, oh, hey, that sounds like JR, you know, and that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
But I do like, though, it's with Matt's voice, you know, it just makes it a totally new thing. And incorporating me a little bit, like you're saying in A Nightmare, that song Matt had written years ago, actually, and it was like a really heavy song. And I just remember listening to it, and it was cool, but every time I would hear the chorus, because it was like super heavy, super driving, but whenever I heard that melody, I always imagined it being just like a slow ballad thing, you know. And I told him that, and he was like, hey, if you can make it awesome, let's try it, you know. So I just revamped the song, you know. I just started writing that piano thing and all that orchestra stuff and everything, and it turned out to be really cool. And Matt was like, this is awesome, you know.
Yeah. So that is an exceptional song. I posted that on my social media, and I was like, everybody needs to listen to this one. You may not like screaming on some of the ones I post, but this one everybody needs to listen to.
Yeah, and it was cool because, you know, the songs we've been putting out, like, you know, they're pretty heavy and stuff, and I was like, you know, it'd be cool to just totally throw people off, you know, just put out a totally just slow song, you know. And especially like the lyrics too, we felt like, you know, it could really help people, you know, especially in the time that we're in right now.
Yeah.
Felt like really relatable, so, but yeah, and we've put out, I think 4 songs total. But yeah, I don't know, we're just having fun with it, and, it seems like we've put more songs out than a band would in like a year, like, but we just wanted to,
I mean, what else have you got to do, right?
Exactly. And we just wanted to keep people's attention, and, just to be able to do something, especially since we weren't able to play any shows or anything. But I mean, we did put out like 4 songs, so I think we are going to wait now until the full record comes out to put anything else out.
What's the timetable on that?
We're shooting for the fall right now. We have all the songs we need. It's just finishing up recording,
I've
stuff.
heard that before.
I know. And it's funny because, when we do talk about Love and Death at some point, there is some news there, but,
why don't you give us a quick teaser on it, and we'll probably do a second episode. Give us a little teaser. What's going on?
So what is it today? Today is July 16th as we're recording this.
I think so.
I leave this Sunday. I'm going to LA to finish the record. We've actually, I know. We've been saying this for like, 7 years? Man, I'm just excited to actually get it done finally.
Well, I wouldn't believe it except for the fact I've actually heard some of it and seen the cover, the album cover. So I know that it exists. It's just.
Yeah. We got our buddy Joe Rickard to, be a part of this a little bit. And so it's pretty much me, Joe, Brian, and Jason that are just trying to get this thing done, so and especially with everyone having the time now, we were like, this is probably the best time to, be able to get this done. We have the ability to now. Not everyone's schedules are crazy, and stuff. So
but you're doing other things too. Tell me about Playfair.
Yeah, Playfair, wow. I put one song out with that 2 years ago. And that was, it was like I wanted to do something a little different, like I love rock stuff, but I also love all different kinds of music, and I really like, pop stuff and more like almost R&B-ish in a way, like a mixture of that, but yeah, so I put a song out and, didn't really do much after that because just I think at that point, I had ended up joining Spoken and we were touring and stuff and we were just super busy, so I never really touched on it again for a while. I had a bunch of songs like started, but never got to finishing any of it. But actually, like the past couple of weeks, I've actually been working on some of that stuff again. So I'm planning on, putting more of that stuff out as well. So trying to stay busy,
Okay. And then you've got something else on the horizon. You bought some streaming equipment. What are we expecting from that?
Yeah. I, put the money in to be able to do some streaming stuff, cause with not being able to tour and everything, like I want to, stay engaged with everyone, not just like, no one hears from me.
Disappears like a hermit.
Yeah. I did a couple of test things, just to feel it out, and it's cool. I want to do some stuff on Twitch, and whether it is gaming or even, like recording, like recording live, watching me do my thing, or maybe even writing a song with people, or something like that, it'd be cool. So
that would be really cool.
Yeah. So just trying to figure out, all the different things I could do and, scheduling times, to be consistent. So we'll see. I'm figuring it all out, but it would be really cool to get that going soon. So.
Okay. Well, we'll just do a second episode here because we're kind of at the end of our time. But, is there, well, I guess I can put your website and your names of your things. I'll put that in the comments and stuff on our page. But I appreciate you spending time with me today, and hope to see you really soon. I miss you.
Me too. I miss you too. I can't wait to get back out there.
Okay. Yeah, for real. All of us can't wait. So thank you again. And this is J.R. Bareis of Love and Death and Spoken.